Okay, there's a preposterous notion spouted by madmen and madwomen all across the science realm, so undeniably incorrect and laughably ignorant that it pains researchers and scientists such as myself, and of the many other degenerate science branches, so immensely. That of course being the untrue idea that Earth-chan is flat. Earth-chan, a radiant and amazing celestial woman of the cosmos. Earth-chan is truly a sight to behold and admire. After all, without her existence after many generations, you wouldn't be listening to my astounding genius. Truly a enticing celestial sentient planet. Yet despite her admirable attributes like being able to sustain life or being relatively chill most of the time, there is still undeniable judgment and largely inconsiderate regards of her as a planet by the at times ungrateful inhabitants that quite literally depend on her for survival. They in some way or other describe her as being flat. The orbiting spherical curvy planet girl is flat. How totally infuriating. Insulting a planet woman's booba like that. And now, it seems that I have to explain the basics of curvature. Purely and solely and only for the purpose of science and the pursuit of knowledge. Let's begin. Now, precisely what makes something objectively flat? In order for something to be flat, it has to have no uneven divergence from a level variable. To put simply, there needs to be no pudge, no curve, no skin that's not level. And after inspecting and visually collecting and analyzing forms and representations of Earth-chan, I must say that she is by no means flat. Taking out the over-exaggerated proportions of certain representations of Earth-chan, she's not particularly the most BEEG of all the planets. However, she by no means is flat. She does indeed seem to have curvature. Sure, some skeptical flat Earth-channers have their theories and discrepancies about the flatness, but you see, they are there. They're just not massive. They're big. They're just not huge. Simply because something isn't overbearingly present doesn't mean it isn't there. You see, Earth-chan is not flat because, as stated previously, she's not a level, unrigid chunk of dirt. She's so much more than that. She has mountainous proportions in comparison to the average anime girl. This is a planet girl we are talking about, so yeah. Though roughly and estimatedly, how big is Earth-chan? How big is that amazing space woman that we live somewhere on? Well, let's find out. No, there's no precise way to measure how large Earth-chan is, at least with my provisions. So we will have to make an educated hypothetical guess by taking what we know of Earth-chan and formulating a reasonable bias to go off of to, in theory, be able to understand the potential size of Earth-chan. As stated previously, we don't know any exact measurements of Earth-chan except her head, which is the main planet-like thing about her. It is roughly 3,958 miles long in terms of radius. To put into comparison, Mars-chan is 2,106 miles in radius, Jupiter is 43,441 miles in radius, Venus is 3,760 miles in radius, Mercury is 1,516 miles in radius, Saturn is 36,184 miles in radius, and Neptune is 15,299 miles in radius. I think you can probably understand which is the biggest, because perhaps we can get a rough estimate to the total hugeness of Earth-chan. Now, it is absolutely ridiculous and impossible to assume that the size of one's head equates to a certain size of boob. Big head does not mean big booba. However, if we were to look at it from the perspective of big head equals big body, which then results in big booba, it starts to all make practical sense. A big head needs a big body to be able to stand the weight. You see, the size of the head will allow us to assume that the body is much bigger and many miles longer than the head. Booba typically only takes about a quarter of the total body composition and is quite literally a fragment of the total body structure, believe it or not. So with that in mind, I tried my hardest to erect an idea of what the booba, a creature with a 3,958 mile radius head, would be. And due to me not necessarily being atrocious at math, but rather disdainful with math, I was simply left with a random big number that I took and instead formulated in a way I could understand. And from what I could picture, Earth-chan is a perfectly good medium is premium type chest. She's not exactly flat, but she's not particularly big either. She's theoretically a perfectly capable medium is premium planet. In theory, the flattest one would actually be Mercury, but at the end of the day, no matter who's bigger or flatter or what have you, all the spectacular women of the cosmos have a special place in our hearts, and we do not for any reason need to talk about Sun-chan with a whopping 432,690 mile radius head. Wow. That's gargantuan. And with that, if you guys enjoyed this video, theoretically, if you have watched this far, then you do enjoy my videos, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, share this with your neighbor, high school teacher, and your wife. Point them in my direction if you feel that they need my absolutely amazing knowledge. And remember, always do everything purely and solely and only for the purpose of science and the pursuit of knowledge. And I'll back to answer another question non-scientists can answer.